the crossing of the staffs, which means that anybody that is not an officer above may come up to the podium. I.S.U.P.K, which means to Israel. Majum, which means to stand. Panyaki Dum, which means to turn and face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakaka, Tava'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, I.S.U.P.K, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan, Lanawa, Lakam, Kol, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kwabawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kwabawath Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabayai Nawa, Banasai One, Abol, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watapar, La'awalamyum, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Prayer for the Kak, or the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, Babukashah, Nathananawa, Hakak, La Rapa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, La Tahor, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, Ahakim, Hamatim, Hakak, Ar-Rakawat, Hatama Allah, Lugarshan, by Hashem Yahushai, Thor Pray for the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Blessings in Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahushai, Wam Yaka Allah, wa Alahayim, Matazabia, Alawap Yahanna, Ha Alawapim, Hazaranyim, Ha Quatazayanyim, Ha Kayayim, wa Quatim, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, the Waraman. Pray for the blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahanna, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Horim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Izaria, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Rataza, Eliathun, Lamawat, Rogolka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Ana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yashun, Shalmor, Yashala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazolka, Ah, Yed, Yumyuka, Yawamum, Hashemash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayirak, Bayalu, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makal, Ra, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wawaka, Ma'aitha, Wa'aid. I will, Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayim, all Damayah, the Ka, all Thakarash, all Dashakwat, all Kaya, Kana, Awayabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Imaka, Ya'ariyamwa, Sawada, Wayata, Ya'itazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarawa, Lakawa, Wanaki Dum, Mugoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham, Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa'itazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Baryak, Yakarathwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashmai, Alayum, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Babal, Wa'imawan, Wa'imalak, Walashah, Aim, Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gam, Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya, Lawat, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadium, Kasayasara, Kayabium, Bonakaol, Kayashawan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan Da'ara, Hayawa, Damun, La Dama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yab Malu, Ka'irab, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakazazol, Manad, Kol, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayurashah, Lanawa, Nawa, Alhayam, Alhayab, Shaitamwa, Kagogola, Kakwash, Lapanya, Rawaka, Ka'ash, Dabaira, Ya'ira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Haryam, Kam, Tardatma, Bazairika, Ubasa, Upaka, Dabalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Walawan, Wavakashwa, Shumka, Ya'awa, Yabashwa, Wavaowa, Aidia, Ai, Wakaparwa, Wabadwa, Wadaiwa, Kayat, Athab, Shumka, Ya'awa, Labadka, Al Yawan, Al, Call, Ha'arataza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Agarenes, Gubal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb, yea, all their princes as Zebah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. For the curses in the English. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now, to evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school, and evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, posse comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, opened up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth, that lose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you, always, so be it. Sar, which means to turn. Shabi, which means to be seated. We're going to be in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, and verse 11 in the Blue Letter Bible. 1 Samuel 2 and 11 in the Hebrew. Wayalak, Alakwana, Haramath, Al, Bayakwa, Wa Hanaira, Haya, Masharat, Yahweh, Panya, Alya, Hakahan, verse 12. Wabanya, Alya, Banya, Balyaal, La'a, Yedaiwa, Yahweh, verse 13. Wa Mashapat, Hakahanyum, Ha'aim, Kol, Ayash, Zabak, Baba'a, Naira, Hakahan, Habashar, Wa Hamazalad, Shalash, Hashanyam, Bayadawa, verse 14. Wahaka, Baka Yawar, Awa, Badawad, Awa, Bakwalakat, Awa, Baparwar, Call, Ashar, Ya'ilah, Hamazalad, Yaquak, Hakahan, Bawa, Kaka, Yaishawu, Lakal, Yasha'alu, Habayim, Sham, Bashalah, verse 15, Gam, Badaram, Yaquat, Salati, Yaquat Rawan, Hakalab, Waba'a, Naira, Hakahan, Walmar, Layash, Hazabak, Dana, Bashar, Layatazawas, Lakahan, Wala'a, Yaquak, Mamak, Bashar, Mabashar, Kaya, Kaya, Verse 16. We'amar, Al Yahweh, Hayash, Kotar, Yaquat Yaron. It's like Yaquat Yarwan, White Kayawam, Hakalab, Wakwak, Lak, Kashor, Tawa, Napashat, Walmor, Lawu, Kaya, Aitha, Tathan, Wa'ama, La'a, Lakwakathia, Bakazak. Verse 17. Wahaya, Kara'ath, Hanairim, Narawal, Ma'ad, Ad, Panya, Yahweh, Kaya, Naataza, Saki, Naatazawa, Ha'anashim, Ad, Manakat, Yahweh. 1 second. All right, clap that up. All right. The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, and verse 11 in the English. And Elkanah went to Ramah, his house, and the child did minister unto the Lord before Eli the priest. Verse 12. Now the sons of Eli were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord. Verse 13. And the priest's custom with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servant came while the flesh was in seething, with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand. 14. And he struck it into the pan, or kettle, or cauldron, or pot. All that the flesh hook brought up the priest took for himself. So he did in Shiloh unto all the Israelites that came thither. 15. Also, before they burnt the fat, the priest's servant came and said to the man that sacrificed, give flesh to roast for the priest, for he will not have sodden flesh of thee, but raw. 16. And if any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as thy soul desireth, then he would answer him, nay, but thou shalt give it me now, and if not, I will take it by force. 17. Wherefore the sin of the young men was very great before the Lord, for men abhorred the offering of the Lord. 18. But Samuel ministered before the Lord, being a child, girded with a linen ephod. 19. Moreover, his mother made him a little coat, and brought it to him from year to year, when she came up with her husband to offer the yearly sacrifice. Verse 20. And Eli blessed Elkanah and his wife, and said, the Lord give thee seed of this woman for the loan which is lent to the Lord. And they went unto their own home. 21. The Lord visited Hannah, so that she conceived and bare 3 sons and 2 daughters. And the child Samuel grew before the Lord. 22. Now Eli was very old, and heard all that his sons did unto all Israel, and how they lay with the women that assembled at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. 23. And he said unto them, Why do ye such things? For I hear of your evil dealings by all this people. You understand? So this was, Eli going to his sons who were supposed to be, um, the priests of the people, leading the nation and showing them how it is they are to conduct themselves. And when he found out how it is they was doing wickedly, he went and he checked them on it. You understand? And that's exactly like how it is that brothers, operate in the truth. Like if you hear someone is doing something they're not supposed to do, like you go to that brother and you check them. And brothers have to be man enough to take the checking. Like you can't get emotional and lash out and expect to be able to do as you please when you come into this school. Like you have to be able to change and be completely different from who it is that you were in the world. Like you have to be able to take correction, because when you take that correction, not only will it make you better, but it will show you how it is that you can teach brothers, how it is that the men that come in after you, how you'll be able to teach them because you was corrected on certain things, because you went through what it is that they're going through, and you know how to handle this situation. You understand? But of course, because these men were Christians, because they were false prophets, they didn't want to take the correction of this brother. Right? They wanted to keep dealing in their own wickedness and destroying our people because they were able to fulfill their lusts, their desires, that made them feel like they was better than those who they are supposed to serve. And that's exactly what the false prophets of today do. We've been teaching Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians since 1969. Since 1969, we've been telling the false prophets how it is that they've been misleading our people, how it is they've been destroying our communities. We've laid out their crimes before them with the adultery, the molestation, the thieving, the lying, the drug use, all of the crimes that these bastards have committed. We've told them that they have to turn back from that. We've told them how it is that the Lord will destroy them for their actions, for what it is that they have done to this nation. You understand? And instead of them turning back from those disgusting ways, turning back from the ways of the world, the ways of America, they doubled down on it. Like they got 10 toes down and are not changing until the Lord takes their life. When you had the priests and prophets here warning you, here telling you how it is that the Lord is going to destroy you. Verse 24. Nay, my sons, for it is no good report that I hear. Ye make the Lord's people to transgress. Verse 25. If one man sin against another, the judge shall judge him. But if a man sin against the Lord, who shall entreat for him? Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto the voice of their father, because the Lord would slay them. Verse 26. And the child Samuel grew on and was in favor both with the Lord and also with men. Verse 27. And there came a man of God unto Eli and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Did I plainly appear unto the house of thy father when they were in Egypt in Pharaoh's house? Verse 28. And did I choose him out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priest, to offer upon mine altar, to burn incense, to wear an ephod before me? And did I give unto the house of thy father all the offerings made by fire of the children of Israel? And like this is something that is so very important. And of course, this is a concept that brothers and sisters in the world understand, is that we can never forget our history. Like if we forget what it is that the Lord has done for us as a nation, then we will just turn our backs on him like it is nothing. And because we've been following false prophets for so long, we've forgotten about the Lord. Like we've forgotten about our history, our past, what it is that we have gone through, and what the Lord has delivered us from. You understand? And the Lord is still delivering us till this day. Like brothers that come into this school, they understand that the Lord showed them mercy. They understand that Christ, our King, died not so that we could continue in sin, but so that we could have an opportunity to return to the Lord. Otherwise, we would just be put to death. We'd be left unalive. We would no longer be the Lord's chosen people. You understand? And we would not be able to be delivered out of this hell as we've been living in for so long. But yet the brothers that come into this school that got the records, that have had the teachings passed down from Abba Bivens and the seven heads, Commanding General Yahanna, that have had, you know, the history of our people. Like we will never forget what it is that the Lord has done for us, because we understand that if we come back to following the Lord, history will repeat itself. The Lord will give salvation to the 12 tribes of Israel, to blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. He will cause America to burn with them nuclear bombs. He will bring our oppressor, who has been above us for so long, to be at our feet and be our footstool. He will cause for all the nations that rob and abuse blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians to become our servants. That's what it is that the Lord our God will do for us. All we have to do is turn back to him. All we have to do is leave the ways of the world behind and you know, start to change our lives, and we can see a change within our communities. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of seeing how it is that brothers and sisters get gunned down. Not only by police, but by other brothers and sisters. Not only by the brothers and sisters, but also by these heathens who think that they can abuse the Lord's chosen people because we are viewed as nothing in this earth. I'm tired of seeing how it is the sisters are leaving their children unalive in some back room somewhere, in some deep freezer, because they thought that they were just such a burden and that they would have a better life without them. And instead of them giving them babies to the I.S.U.P.K under Commanding General Yahanna, they did what our oppressor does with blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, and left them unalive somewhere. I'm tired of seeing how it is that, you know, the church continues to abuse our people, continues to rob brothers and sisters and destroy our children because those that are leading them are a bunch of predators. All the things that's going on within our communities, whether you are black, Latino, or Native Indian, we are here in the I.S.U.P.K because we care about what's going on with our people. Because we've decided to take a stand and say enough is enough and try to change the lives of our nation so that we can be free. And that all comes with remembering who it is that we are and remembering what the Lord has done for us, his chosen people. Verse 29, wherefore kick ye at my sacrifice and at mine offering, which I have commanded in my habitation, and honorest thy sons above me, to make yourselves fat with the cheapest of all the offerings of Israel, my people. Verse 30, wherefore the Lord God of Israel saith, I said indeed that thy house and the house of thy father should walk before me forever. But now the Lord saith, Be it far from me, for them that honor me I will honor, and they that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. Verse 31. Behold, the day is come that I will cut off thine arm and the arm of thy father's house, that there shall not be an old man in thine house. Verse 32. And thou shalt see an enemy in my habitation, and all the wealth which God shall give Israel. And shall not be an old man in thine house forever. 33. And the man of thine, whom I shall not cut off from mine altar, shall be to consume thine eyes, and to grieve thine heart, and all the increase of thine house shall die in the flower of their age. 34. And this shall be a sign unto thee, that shall come upon thy two sons, on Hophni and Phinehas, and one day they shall die both of them. 35. And I will raise me up a faithful priest, that shall do according to that which is in mine heart and in mine mind. And that's exactly what the Lord, has done today. Like, because just for instance, for what is it that happened right here? Like that brother who's supposed to be a priest over the nation, instead of him delivering the proper judgment to those brothers that was doing whatever it is that they pleased, even though they are held to a certain standard, even though they know how it is they were supposed to conduct themselves, how it is they're supposed to honor the Lord and serve the Lord. Instead, they serve themselves. Like that brother, he was supposed to deliver a judgment onto them, and a judgment is an action. It's an action that is taken, but instead, he just allowed for them to continue to do their thing, which is why the Lord let them know, like, basically, your house is going to die off. Like all the sons your sons might have, and so on and so forth. They're going to be cut off because you chose not to serve me, because you put those children above serving the Lord. And that's exactly what our people do today. Like we put our children over the Lord. We'll even openly say, "Oh, I know we're not supposed to be doing this. I know we're not supposed to be celebrating holidays, getting high, eating pork, but it's for the kids. I can't rob my children of the experiences it is that I never had, or I want to make sure that my children have, the best experiences they can in their youth." And whatever nonsense it is we like to say to justify our actions. Like, we know we're not supposed to be doing these things, but yet we still do. And we wonder why it is that the Lord will take them children from you. You wonder why you're burying your son at 23 years old. Why it is that you're burying your daughter at 18. And it's because we haven't, we haven't taken into account what it is that these scriptures tell us. But instead, we would rather listen to our oppressor. And because of that, you won't have any children. You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to go into your old age looking at your sons and their grandchildren and their grandchildren's children, and thanking the Lord for how it is that He has built up your family, because you have ignored what it is that the Lord has told you, how it is that you're supposed to be living your life. So verse 33. And the man of thine, whom I shall not cut off from mine altar, shall be to consume thine eyes, and to grieve thine heart, and all the increase of thine house shall die in the flower of their age. Verse 34. And this shall be a sign unto thee, that shall come upon thy two sons, and Hophni and Phinehas, in one day they shall die both of them. 35. And I will raise me up a faithful priest, that shall do according to that which is in mine heart and in my mind. And I will build him a sure house, and he shall walk before mine anointed forever. 36. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left in thine house shall come and crouch to him for a piece of silver and a morsel of bread, and shall say, Put me, I pray thee, into one of the priest's offices, that I may eat a piece of bread. 1 Samuel 3:1. And the children of Samuel ministered unto the Lord before Eli. And the word of the Lord was precious in those days. There was no open vision. Verse 2. And it came to pass at that time, then Eli was laid down in his place, and his eyes began to wax dim, that he could not see. Verse 3. And ere the lamp of God went out in the temple of the Lord, where the ark of God was, and Samuel was laid down to sleep. Verse 4. That the Lord called Samuel, and he answered, Here am I. Verse 5. And he ran unto Eli and said, Here am I, for thou calledest me. And he said, I called not. Lie down again. And he went and lay down. Verse 6. And the Lord called yet again Samuel. And Samuel arose and went to Eli and said, Here am I, for thou didst call me. And he answered, I called not, my son. Lie down again. Verse 7. Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord, neither was the word of the Lord yet revealed unto him. Verse 8. And the Lord called Samuel again the third time. And he arose and went to Eli and said, Here am I, thou didst call me. And Eli perceived that the Lord had called the child. Verse 9. Therefore Eli said unto Samuel, Go, lie down, and it shall be, if he call thee, that thou shalt say, Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth. So Samuel went and lay down in his place. Verse 10. And the Lord came and stood and called, as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel answered, Speak, for thy servant heareth. 11. And the Lord said to Samuel, Behold, I will do a thing in Israel, at which both the ears of every one that heareth it shall tingle. Verse 12. In that day I will perform against Eli all things which I have spoken concerning his house. When I begin, I will also make an end. 13. For I have told him that I will judge his house forever for the iniquity which he knoweth, because his sons made themselves vile, and he restrained them not. 14. And therefore I have sworn unto the house of Eli, that the iniquity of Eli's house shall not be purged with sacrifice, nor offering forever. 15. And Samuel lay until the morning, and opened the doors of the house of the Lord. And Samuel feared to show Eli the vision. 16. And of course, it's like 16. Then Eli called Samuel and said, Samuel, my son. And he answered, Here am I. 17. And he said, What is the thing that the Lord hath said unto thee? I pray thee, hide it not from me. God do so to thee, and more also, if thou hide anything from me of all the things that he said unto thee. 18. And Samuel told him every whit, and hid nothing from him. And he said, It is the Lord. Let him do what seemeth him good. And of course, so I can. We're gonna start that late, first of all. You don't have time to get through the prayers if we started that late. Get through 2 prayers and then the closing prayers. And it's like what was I about to say? Oh, and you know, Eli had the like Samuel had feared telling Eli of his vision because he thought that he would take actions against him. You understand? Like similar to what it is that as Saul had did when he found out David was to be king. You understand? And, you know, of course, we all know how it is that you know, King Saul you know, sought David's life when he had found out that he was going to be king. And, you know, Samuel thought the same thing when it is that he had told Eli, you know, this vision. But because Eli understands that there is nothing it is he can do against the Lord, because he understood the power of the Most High, you know, he simply let him know, you know, hey, it's of the Lord. You know, the Lord will do what seems good to him. 19, and Samuel grew, and the Lord was with him, and did let none of his words fall to the ground. 20, and all Israel from Dan even to Beersheba knew that Samuel was established to be a prophet of the Lord. 21, and the Lord appeared again in Shiloh, for the Lord revealed himself to Samuel in Shiloh by the word of the Lord. 1 Samuel 4:1. And the word of Samuel came to all Israel. Now Israel went out against the Philistines to battle and pitched beside Ebenezer, and the Philistines pitched in Isupk. Verse 2. And the Philistines put themselves in array against Israel. And when they joined battle, Israel was smitten before the Philistines. And they slew of the army in the field about 4,000 men. Of course, you know, this is one of many conflicts it is that we've had with the Hamites, or otherwise known as Africans today. You know, how it is that they sought the lives of Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, sought to oppress Blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, and do whatever, you know, disgusting acts it is they wanted to our people. This is just one of many occasions such as that. So I do. SHALAM is emergency. Emergency. Okay, let me call you back. I'm not there. Let me call you back. All right, Shalom. Salakia. Like I was saying, it's just one of many conflicts it is we've had with a different nation of people, because of course they are not the same as so-called Negroes today. And we can pull the artifacts, the history, quotes, whatever it is that you want to hear other than the word of God to let you know that we're a different nation of people. So with that, just the men behind the podium are Majum, which means to stand. La Yasha'Allah, which means to Israel. Or Majum, which means to stand. Ponyaki Dum means to turn, face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawu, Shabbat Shemayim, Kudash, Ayah, Shimka, Yahweh, Malakmaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Ayah, I.S.U.P.K, Barataza, Kawa, Ayah, Bashamayim, Nathan, Lenawa, Nakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Wawatnawa, Wawatinawa, Wala'ah, Tabayayna, Wanasayawon, Abal, Awashayna, Mayun, right, Kayuk, Cup, Mulakwa, Wa'ala, was the part, I was Amun. To the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Purple of cock, power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, Bokashah, the Thunanawa, Hakak, La Rafa'ah, Call Makalah, Call Marawah, Hakak, Latahor, Hamatazariah, Hakak, Lahakim, Hamakim, Hakak, Awarakawat, Atama Allah, Garshan, Bashim Yahushua, Waraman. Pray for the power in English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua, please give us the power. The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out in the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it. Blessings in Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh. Wa Yahushua. Wam Yaka Allah. Walahayim. Matazavia. Alawap Yahanna. Ha'alawapim. Hazaranyum. Ha'akwatazayanyum. Ha'akayayum. Wa'akwatlim. Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua. Waraman. Blessings in English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
The angels.
Commanding General Yohanan.
Commander General Yohanan.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Horim.
Al-Horim.
Mayan.
Mayun.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izaria.
Isaiah.
Izaria.
Isaiah.
Ma'aim.
Ma'ai.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shemayam.
Shamayam.
Barakaza.
Barakazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Thun.
Ramawat.
Yahweh.
Rugolka.
Go.
Al-Yanawam.
Ayawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Anah.
Anah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yahweh.
Wala'ah.
Ula'ah.
Yishun.
Yishun.
Shawamor.
Shamor.
Yasha'ala.
Asha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazolka.
Tazar.
Al.
Al.
Yad.
Yad.
Yamyika.
Yonika.
Yawamam.
Yahweh.
Ashamash.
Ashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayiraq.
Yahweh.
Bayahweh.
Ula'ah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashmar.
Mukal.
Call.
Rai.
Right.
Yashamar.
Yashmar.
Ahnapash.
Ashtapash.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashmar.
Taza'ah.
Yashkash.
Wawah.
Wawaki.
Wa'isa.
Mike.
Wa'id.
Why?
Awulam.
I will know.
Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
Which comes my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer a foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber or sleep.
Yahweh
Yahweh
is thy keeper.
is thy keeper.
Yahweh
Yahweh
is thy shade upon thy right hand.
is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh
Yahweh
shall preserve thee from all evil.
shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
It's like Yahweh
Yahweh
shall preserve thy going out
shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
for this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
all Damayah,
Daviah,
Rakah,
Lekah,
all Thakarash,
Dakarash,
all
all
Ashakwat,
Eshikwat,
all
all
Ayah,
Ayah,
Anah,
Anah,
Awayabit,
Abiyab,
Yaham,
Yaham,
Yavun,
Yavon,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
all Aimak,
Al Amak,
Yariyamwa,
Yohabiyah,
Zawada,
Shawada,
Wayatah,
Haida,
Yaitazawa,
Yaishua,
all Tazapawanyaka,
I just Boyaka,
Amarwa,
Marwa,
Wakawa,
Kawa,
Wanaki Dum,
Unaki
Magoya,
Gari,
Wala'ah,
Ula,
Yazakar,
Kar,
Sham,
Sham,
Yasha'ala,
Shal,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kayo,
Nawaitazawa,
Yaishua,
Labah,
Ba,
Yakadwa,
Kawu,
Al Yaka,
Al Yaku,
Baryak,
Boya,
Yakarahwa,
Ekawaku,
Ahoya,
Yo,
Adawam,
Alabo,
Wayashemai,
Mashmai,
Alayam,
Ayam,
Nawahaba,
Abu,
Wagaria,
Gari,
Kabal,
Kabo,
Waimawan,
Ayuan,
Waimalak,
Amala,
Alashah,
Osha,
Aim,
Ayam,
Yeshabia,
Shabi,
Tazawar,
Gazawar,
Gam,
Gam,
Ashawar,
Ashwar,
Nalawa,
Yawa,
Imam,
Amam,
Ayawa,
Aywa,
Zarwai,
Shawad,
Labanya,
Bandi,
Wat,
Wadi,
Selah,
Shayla,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Laham,
the
Madian,
the mighty,
Kasa Yasara,
Akasha Shiwa,
Ayabian,
Koyabi,
Barakaol,
Urgo,
Ayashawan,
Yashuan,
Nashamadwa,
Ashmawu,
Bayan Jar,
Mind Out,
Ayawa,
Alwa,
the Mun,
the one,
La Damna,
Dumbo,
Shaitamwa,
Shadumbo,
Nara,
Nara,
Ya Mawu,
Yabawu,
Gairab,
Yaira,
Wakaza Abu,
Book Shabu,
Wakaza Bak,
Book Shabbat,
Wakatazol,
Book Zar,
Manai,
Renai,
Oh,
Oh,
Nasayakamwa,
Ashikongo,
Ashar,
Shar,
Amaru,
Maru,
Nayarashah,
Book Shop,
the Nawa,
Now,
Nawa,
now what?
Alayam,
Alayum,
Alaya,
Alayum,
Shayatamwa,
Shadumbo,
the Gola,
Go,
the Quash,
Wash,
the Panya,
Panya,
Goaka,
Boka,
Ka'ash,
Ash,
Shaba Ira,
the Iru,
Yaira,
يعاون
وطلعه
ويعاون
الحق
ويعاون
هريوم
يوم
كان
كان
أرداتما
ودعوة
وسعيرك
مش عايش عارفه
وباسا
وبعصر
وباسكا
وباسكر
تبالون
جوالون
ملعا
ولا
ونيهام
ويهان
والوان
والوان
ويبكاشوا
وكاشو
شمكا
شمكو
يعاو
أو
يباشوا
شمباشو
ويباوا
وبعو
أي
عاي
أي
عاي
ويباروا
ويقارو
ويبادوا
ويقارو
ويدعيوا
ويعايو
أيا
كايو
تا
دو
شمكا
شمكو
يعاو
ياو
لبادكا
وباسكر
أو
أو
يوان
يوان
أو
أو
كول
كو
ha amaro like ha rataza.
what is that?
Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O my power.
Keep not thy silence on my power.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O my power.
And be not still on my power.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
And the enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
and lifted up their heads.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against our people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against our hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off from being a nation.
let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Israel
In the name of Israel,
may be no more in remembrance.
there is no more remembrance.
They have consulted together with one consent.
They have consulted together in 1%.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom,
The tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
and the Israelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and Hagarim,
and Agree,
Gabal,
Gaul,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
Amalek,
the Philistines,
Philistine,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
A sword also is joined with them.
And so also join with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hoping the children of Lot.
Say Lot,
Say Lot,
do unto them
do unto them,
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as the Sisera,
as the Sarah,
as the Jabin,
as the Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
as the brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
He became as dung for the earth.
It came as done for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make it noble like a red.
and like Zeeb.
And like Eve.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Zeba,
as Ziva,
and as Amunah,
and as Amuna,
have said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
house of God in possession.
in the house of God possession.
O my power,
Oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make it like a wheel,
as a stove before the wind,
and stir it before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the fire burn the wood,
and as the flames set the mountains on fire.
and as the flames out the mountains on fire,
So persecute them with thy tempest,
and persecute them with our tempest,
and make them afraid with thy storm.
and make them afraid with our storm,
Fill their faces with shame,
fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy
and
name.
they may seek our name.
O Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh,
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
let them be confounded and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let
shame
them be put to shame,
and perish,
perish,
that men may know
and men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone,
is Yahweh,
Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high,
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Pray for the curses in the English. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh Shai,
in the name of Yahweh,
listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now,
right now,
to evils and curses,
the evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and
to
destruction
the heathen
to the heathens,
that speak against us thy prophets,
and speak against us thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school,
and the schools,
and evils and curses,
the evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and destruction
to the heathen,
to the heathens,
and shake loose the treasure
and the St. Luke's treasure
of the rich of Israel,
of the rich of Israel,
that refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to get to the school,
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary,
force the rich to enter into our sanctuary,
and evils and curses,
the evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction
and punishment and
to
destruction,
the Edomites,
the Edomites,
and the nations,
in the nation,
and their drug
in
dealers,
the drug dealers,
the court
the
system,
court system,
the prison
the
system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments are enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
let's say the God's government,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic
the
Church,
Pope,
the Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
Skinheads,
Skinheads,
Posse Comitatus,
Posse Comitatus,
the Gay Movement,
the Gay
the
Movement,
Lesbian
the
Movement,
Lesbian Movement,
Spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
works of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
national space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street.
Wall Street,
Open up the internet
open up the internet,
and the airwaves,
and the airwaves,
the cable access channels,
cable access
and
channel,
the radio
and
channels.
the radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the spirit
of any of thy people that seek to stop us,
of any of thy people that seek to stop us,
and bring swift destruction to all the heathen
and bring swift destruction to all the heathens
that stand in the way,
that stand in the way,
or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth.
or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues,
Let loose all the plagues,
cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them.
cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderers.
Let Yahushua,
Let Yahweh,
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers
from down with the flying saucer.
and punish all the heathens
Punish all the heathens
that come up against us as we speak thy word.
that come up against us as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known
Cause it to be
by
known
all
by all.
that it is the angels that have done it.
That is the angel that has done it.
Cause it to be spread
Cause it to be spread
through the media
through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua,
And then Yahweh,
thank you,
thank you.
always.
Always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sorry. We need to turn. We will be taking the scrolls to be saluted.
Yahweh, Yahweh,
All right, this concludes I.S.U.P.K. Indianapolis Sabbath service. Salute to the brothers, men of Israel. Amadim Shabbat, Amadim Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barak. Yajimatah. Salute to the sisters watching online, men of Israel. Amadim Shabbat, Amadim Barak. Yahweh Shema Hashem Yahushua. Yajimatah. Would anybody like to be anointed at this time? No? All right, clap it up.